Yo, 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 what's going on, man? Episode 48, Late Night Vibes. Happy New Year. Y'all will be seeing this. Of course, the New Year's already came. And we're going to get into some updates as far as episode 47, Black Boy Run, was on the way, right? And he's emerging. So I take on that persona and giving y'all my book and my story pretty soon. So I'm Sabian, your host. And Big Dean here, man. I appreciate you again, brother.
What up?
Always give me an opportunity. And we got a lot of good, positive feedback, man. Like, man, that was a great episode I did. And when's part 2 coming out? We left a lot on the table, bro, that we could have talked about for like days. And the problem is with podcasting, right? You want to give people an episode that they can listen to without boring them. But sometimes I feel like I be talking too much. So this is probably one of those episodes where I'm not going to talk too much about the same old stuff. Like, I'm not going to do a series or something because entertainment is still there. But I'm just giving y'all some real life stories here, real life energy, stuff that I can relate to. So I appreciate the people that like and subscribe and actually take the time and watch my video. Please go to YouTube, like, subscribe to this video, and we're going to roll right into it, man. First of all, man, how you been doing?
I've been good, bro. I've been real good. Can't complain. Good holidays, How about yourself?
I've been great, man. Life is phenomenal, so just trying to keep it at a peaceful way for the next few months, years now, so I got some ways to conquer the year. 2022 was rough, I think. Well, yeah, not you. You're probably walking on water.
I'm not walking on water, but I feel you.
2022 was a little rough, but yeah, it's over now. So yeah, man. So moving on from the last updates from the last episode, I got small DMs or emails about what has changed and what came out of the conversations that I may have had with people that I was talking about in that video, or first of all, like my mother. And I'll say, first of all, my relationship with my mom got good, like great, like as far as communication wise. Communication, we talk more. It was taking those baby steps. It was kind of hard to do at first. I didn't think I was actually able to do it. So we had this long conversation. And now, like, even though it's not like how it used to be when I was younger, but now it's more like we're able to have text messages or like this FaceTiming sometimes out of the blue that'll get us somewhere. So I remember she just called me for holidays, and we'll chop it up for a little bit, not too much time. But I removed the anger out my heart. So we're going to talk about how I did that. Removing the anger out of your heart, because if you continue to have it, you're going to be in the destructive path, man. And that's what I think I was going at for a second. And a lot of times things outside of your life itself can bring those same kind of behaviors that are destructive to you and to other people, your partner, or whatever the case was. So I kind of moved past how I was feeling, but I did it in some good ways, man. And then mentally overcoming fears and challenges. That was like more of I had a challenge that I was going to fail writing this damn book. Mm-hmm. This is like probably the biggest challenge I think of my life, because once I figure out I think I got it, like it's set in stone that it's done, it's always something else that I'm like figuring out.
Yeah.
Do I write it in a manner of like adding another chapter to it, or do I need to remove a chapter from it? I don't know. I think that's I'm gonna have to start asking some other like local writers. Like
you should
Chris.
ask my boy, yeah. But I was about to say, that's one of those perfectionist things though. Whereas like you want it to be so perfect, but sometimes it's about the message and actually getting it out. So then it's like it might never be finished in your mind. So you got to get to a point where you're just comfortable with whatever you're trying to deliver to people.
Yeah.
And give it to them. Because I mean, I could have said the same thing about the podcast. Like, it's still not where I want it to be, but it's like we're perfecting it as we go. Now, obviously, a book is a little different.
Yeah.
But you still like, all right, what's my main message? What's my objective with this? And once I get to a place where I feel like I'm doing that, then there's little tweaks. But that's it. Because you should ask him next time you see him though. Like,
definitely will. I pay attention to a lot of his detail. I didn't read his book. I know it's been out there. I should go ahead and purchase one.
Take that copy when you leave.
I appreciate that.
I have like
man.
8 copies.
Appreciate that. I think my problem, I've been, I don't say diagnosed, but talking to my therapist at a point, he said, a lot of times the things that you do, your behavior is, you have compulsive behavior, which ties into, it's like washing your hands until you just, you feel like you're dirty. You feel like something's there, but it's nothing. So being perfectionist, trying to perfect your book, and then you probably never going to be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's kind of one of the disorders I think I have, like just always trying to figure out how can I be better at something. It's not a bad thing sometimes.
Not at all.
But it can interfere into daily life, especially, something like writing a book or a podcast. You feel like you're never gonna be good at it, and then you get obsessed with it, man. And then how do I control it without being compulsive? So that's the question that I had. So I came up with these mechanisms on how to cope with anxiety and onset depression. Like a lot of young brothers out here don't know what to do with their time. We see that all the time in the news. Cats just is either social media or people out here just committing crazy dumb crimes for no reason. Because they bored, right? They bored or they're doing something that's just not productive, man. So a couple things that I do, I continue to run like a dog. I don't know. I'm still big. It ain't helping weight-wise, but
that Stairmaster today.
Stairmaster was crazy. You motivated me, man. So normally I do Stairmaster anyways, but you doing it for like putting on level 17, 18 and just doing it for a whole hour straight. Yeah, man. You got lungs of steel there.
It's not really the lungs. This is what I be trying to tell people. And you got to already have it to do it, to run 10, 15 miles. It's mental.
Yeah.
That time going by regardless. So that I'm not knocking you like you was like turning it down, staying on. As long as you stay up there and finish, at the end of the day, it's about finishing. I tell myself certain days I'm doing 30 minutes, certain days I'm doing an hour. But if I say I'm doing 30 minutes, I'm doing 30 minutes, period.
I'm the opposite of that.
Why? What you mean?
If I say I'm doing 30 minutes, I'm going to do an hour.
No, I keep my promises to myself. I mean, and those Stairmasters at that gym, they only go up to an hour anyway. I've done an hour and a half and stuff like that before, but everything has a diminishing return at some point. But really, it's more so the mental. And then I do it as like a tax. So like yesterday was New Year's Eve. I had a couple of drinks. I got to pay for that by doing the stairs.
Yeah.
That's the cost.
Yeah. You got to... But you need people like you that give that motivation, like especially in the gym or just life in general. So that was good for me, man. I was like, man, I appreciate that.
Hey, you finished. Good shit. I did see as soon as I got off and walked away, you got off though.
Yeah, it only had like 20 seconds left.
I looked back, I was like, oh, he getting got off.
Yeah, nah, I finished up my whole hour. You can check my watch. So
while you finding the next topic, I did want to give you some flowers. You did inspire me. I have 2 relationships that I and I'm not like, I don't have hate in my heart. I don't walk around like that. Mm-hmm. It's not good for you.
Yeah.
But I am like petty, and I am like, if you out of sight, out of mind, you might as well not exist. And one of the relationships, but I have another one with a friend that he been trying to get back in my good graces kind of, but not really. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna extend these olive branches and see what happens. Because Sabian's out here repairing relationships. And there are 2 people that I still like. It's family at the end of the day. Mm-hmm. Blood or not, they're family to me. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do my best. But the petty in me, like if you cross me in a way that I feel like I don't know how to turn that like I'm a competitor, bro. I don't know how to turn that off at all.
Yeah. So you felt like that last conversation we had may have inspired you to just open up just a little bit more?
Not the last conversation. The conversation was good. Hearing you on the follow-up talk about your relationship with your mother today did.
Okay.
So hearing that, like, it's gotten a lot better because of the communication, this, that, and the third, did. Because I'm always going to extend the olive branch. And, you know, if it's the holidays or your birthday or whatever, I'm still going to shoot you a text and tell you happy birthday. That don't mean I got to fool with you on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's
you know
facts.
What I'm saying?
We just
that don't mean if you text me,
point.
your messages are not still on do not disturb. I don't want to hear from you.
You can separate it like that?
Yeah.
Certain people?
Yeah.
Man, I ain't learned that part.
Nah, bro, I can separate all that.
Okay.
Because you still family. So yeah, if it's your birthday, your daughter's birthday, you got something important going on, I'm still gonna be there. That's part of the reason why the relationships I have, people still cling to want me back in. Because at the end of the day, I didn't do anything to them for them to be like, why isn't he talking? You know I'm not talking to you.
Yeah. Like you know exactly.
You know exactly what happened. So it's not the fact that it's just like, all right, how do you get back good with me? And normally there is like, I gotta say you're good now.
Yeah.
You really can't do anything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let the guard down a little bit, and I'm gonna reach out and try like on some Sabian stuff to repair those relationships.
Well, you know, I gotta take some from that too. Then, like how you're involved with your situations, the people that's in that, in that family, that circle. I need to reach out to my sister personally. Yeah. No, I don't. I'm going to be better of an uncle. Because I haven't said much to her children, her boys. See, I ain't getting none for Christmas. I'll be real.
You gotta say, we gotta separate that.
Yeah,
because that relationship shouldn't affect the other one.
Right, and it wasn't that I didn't get them anything being malice or whatever, but I mean I kind of just didn't do anything yet, and it's kind of wrong that I did for my niece. Yeah, but I didn't do for my nephews. Yeah, but and I can't take none out against her. So maybe I need to start being less petty, open up more, and be involved in their life to let them know whatever me and her got going on ain't nothing against y'all.
Yeah, it don't affect that. Compartmentalization is crucial in some of these relationships because families are so intertwined. Yeah. So then you kind of gotta. Oh man. You gotta separate them.
That's the tough part sometimes.
It is tough, but it's something that,
because we have my family.
And then it's you one of them guys in the family. So when you are one of them, everybody looks to you for like what you do, how you react, how you interact. If you're not talking to that person, they feel it. They feel it when you remove yourself. That's why if you're a person of value and you remove yourself from any situation, that space don't get filled easily.
They feel it deep in their soul, like something ain't right.
But my bad, I didn't mean to hijack your show.
Oh, you good, man. This is Kobe and Shaq's time, man. So
who is Shaq and who's Kobe?
I'm Kobe all day long, man.
Okay, I wanted to be Shaq anyway.
I got you, Shaq, man.
Yeah,
you Shaq.
It was my team until I left. Yeah.
Yeah. I got more hair too. So, but just barely though. Hold on to a thread. But my anxiety's kind of up now. So I was talking briefly to myself, which I get into like the mirroring thing. But I came up with an idea as far as coping with anxiety, depression, etc. And I don't got like crazy, like I'm just out of this world depressed and I just, zombie, and it happens. But I have this journal and I start writing it down. I call it the playbook. So for things that may happen, I write them down, right? And so when it comes to the playbook, like the term, I look back at those events because sometimes those things may happen again. Yeah. And I'd be trying to figure out what may have happened, why was it caused, and how did we get a solution from it. So I write all that down, I revisit those situations, and then I come back. When another situation is similar to it, I write it back in there, or I go back and say, I got something similar that happened. So, and that's kind of helping me out here. I think that was really, really a healthy thing for me because a lot of times we don't know why people who act a certain way. You probably never will either because that stuff is a myth. But you got to go back and see like an after action report and ask yourself what you could have done better for yourself when you're reacting to those situations. Yep. And so instead of me blowing up or cursing somebody out or being disrespectful, This is what I'm going to do. So yeah, I think that's probably one of the key things that I'm going to start doing now. What I've been doing for the last couple weeks now, but something I'm going to do now and for especially for this year, because I got a lot to write about this year. Looking back at it now, I think I wish I had something like that a long time ago.
We don't journal enough.
I don't think guys do enough.
No, I was when I said we, I meant like us, like black men. We don't, and I don't even. I write stuff in my notes in my phone. Yeah. There's something about having an actual physical book that you jot stuff down in that hits a little different.
Look how bad my handwriting was first.
My handwriting is immaculate, so I can't share that journey with you. But
it's okay.
No, that's scribble too. That's not even like me trying. That's anyway. Don't.
Okay. Yeah. So, but yeah, my handwriting, is trash, but only I can read it.
Yeah.
But it was something very sentimental, like this read. Like, oh man, I couldn't tell you the last time I picked up, because I think it was also said in our community, like men writing down stuff, having a diary.
It's a diary, basically.
Yeah. Like, oh, he who was he? Like, he act like a girl or something. Yeah. But that's stupid, man. But it's actually really healthy.
It's about mental well-being.
Right.
Yeah.
It causes my peace. So I have a setup when I'm at home. I have 2 candles, one in my kitchen area, one in my living room. I light both of them up. I might have some incense, and then I just light them up, and then I write in my journal, and then my playbook, and then I'm like, man, actually I feel better, 10 times better after the fact. Like, man, okay, let me read exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. And then I say, you know what? Everything will be all right according to what I just wrote down. And it's not sound as bad, because in actions, when things are going on, you think it's like the end of the world sometimes.
Yeah.
You pull out that book, you write it down, you're like, man, actually, I'm going to go about it this way. So that's helped me out. And the mirroring effect. So I had a nasty mouth at times. Like, I don't say nasty mouth. Like, you and your boys got a group chat, I'm guessing. Like,
kinda, yeah.
Oh, you and your best friend. I know how best friends are. We say the craziest things.
That text message thread is vicious.
Like, if anybody gets your hands on a text message, and it don't be nothing like y'all doing something to other people in the world, the way y'all talk to each other.
Yeah.
And I wake up in the morning, called every B word and F word in the book by my bros, but it's all fun and games. But on a personal level, talking to people, I used to realize that, man, I can be very disrespectful to people without even realizing that I'm that way. So I started to take the mirroring effect, and real talk, I will look myself in the mirror and have this conversation. Mm-hmm. Sounds crazy, but like ask myself and say the same things that I said to a person, and ask myself, how would I react if that person did that to me and said those same exact things to me? I started realizing, like, man, actually that's actually really helpful for me to improve my vocabulary on how I talk to people, my manners, and it's probably based on how you say things to people too, like checking your tone. Yeah, especially if I'm talking to like women or something like that, man, and especially at work. So I don't know. At work, they call me like I'm a nasty talker, man. Like I'm disrespectful at times. Some people, not like higher up, but like people might view me as being mean. So I kind of check myself on that. But in life, like talking to like my mom, like I kind of had to sit back and say, man, like although she may not be trying to make those strides to make a change in her life, how would I feel if I knew I wasn't like healthy mentally myself? How would I feel if someone was coming off talking to me like this? In a sense, like, am I gonna push them away from trying to make a change, or maybe the way that I'm talking can create a better change for them? Okay, I see he making strides to have this conversation, so maybe I should just like trying to start. So always think positive, man, because you talking to somebody negative or in a negative manner, they're gonna feel it. They don't even want to talk to you.
Yeah, that's why I always talk about intent over like actually what the person is saying, because sometimes it could come off like just because they say it in a soft, almost docile manner doesn't mean they didn't intend to disrespect me.
Yeah.
Right. So I always like, what was your intent with that message that you're trying to convey? So that's always been my thing. People like, you know, especially because we're men.
Yeah.
Men we talk loud and aggressive to each other anyway. And that could be somebody you love and y'all just kicking it.
Normal.
Exactly. But
yeah.
you know, as soon as he say something disrespectful, it don't matter what the tone was, he meant to disrespect you, fam. So you got to take it that way. I completely agree with that. The funny thing is, for me, it was always jobs I had, people that are not of our culture would always say I'm kind of, what would they say?
I get called aggressive.
Aggressive. They would say I'm standoffish or not unapproachable. That was
unapproachable.
Oh my God, unapproachable. Yeah. And I'm like, how? But I'm actually more of a people person. So when I started getting feedback, right, this is how I learned it about myself. I would go to different people and ask for feedback. Hey man, can I ask you some feedback? How do you receive me when I'm talking to you? What is your thoughts about me? And be real. Like, you're not gonna hurt my feelings. That's where people really mess up at, right? Like us, I don't think we're the type of men that like, if you tell me, hey, you did this to me and I felt this way, I'm gonna be like, oh, you blah blah blah. No, I'm gonna listen to what you said and I'm gonna take that information. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Constructive criticism. So they gave me the feedback, and honestly, it was really just management trying to hold me back in some way. But I always think about how I'm being received, and as black men, we kind of always got to do that anyway, because we've all been in the elevator with the old white lady, and she don't know us, but she. Like, oh,
clenching to her purse,
exactly.
Thinking she's stronger than me when I can.
If I really wanted your purse, right?
Yeah, like, stop, lady. You know.
But that's the truth, and we got to think about that in our relationships and how we talk to people, how people talk to us, and how they view us when we walk in a room, and what we say to them, and how does it affect them. It's a lot. It's a big responsibility,
especially in relationships. Whether your friendship or your relationship, dating somebody, realize what you do and say to that person affects them. They, you know, y'all want to keep the peace, keep the love going. Try to think about things that you're going to say to them before you say it. I'll say, and I mean that's the healthy marriages and healthy relationships. I'm not getting into that, but I just realized, man, like some of my mannerisms were kind of off. So I'm going to continue to improve on that this year without being so harsh on myself, because sometimes I'll be like, man, I can't believe I just said that to a person. Let me go back or I'll apologize to them. There's nothing wrong with that either. Like, you know what? I feel, and I may not came across too bad with them. They probably cool with that, but I'll tell them, hey man, I've been learning that. Hey, I'm sorry for the way I said X, Y, and Z to you, or I apologize to you, man. Please take my apology. He's like, what you do? Nothing, man. Just apologize. You know, just tell me that everything is okay, first of all. And I think that's probably the peace mechanisms as far as coping skills, what to do with it. And I'll say my last part that I'm going to do more this year is how to keep peace in my life. Well, I can write a big book on peace, because as black men, I'm always angry at something. Like, I got fire in my heart. I'm a lion at the end of the day. I always say that. People might hear me say it all the time. I'm a lion. I always got something that's like, I don't necessarily say stressing me out about it, but when it's something that's there, I'm just very competitive, or it's fiery in my heart. So how do you keep peace? A lot of times your situations and problems may come about because you don't have that peace in your life. Yeah. You take whatever you got home, or you take whatever you're thinking about, you go to bed with it, it's on your mind, you wake up. So like I shouldn't be going days in, days out thinking about the same situation without having some kind of calm manner, like something to calm me down. Finding your peace, no matter how you may do it, is very important. I don't care if you do yoga, meditation, you go working out. Just don't do anything like I do. I'm guilty for this. How often you on caffeine?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I don't really take nothing with caffeine in it.
I'm caffeinated like all day.
Yeah, I don't drink soda. I don't really drink coffee like that. Even a little, you get a little Celsius or something. They don't. That's the extent of my caffeine rush before the gym.
I drink Celsius, but I think I take like I don't drink rock stars, but I'll drink like a C4.
Oh yeah.
I'll have some coffee. I got a Keurig in my office. Like, I'm caffeinated like all day.
Damn, bro.
But it ain't helping me. I noticed that, like, when I got something on my mind, I'm drinking caffeine. My anxiety's out like off whack, and then I'm mad for some reason. I don't know why. Like, so taking away the caffeine this year, I'm definitely gonna stay away from it. Caffeine, and I'm gonna stay away from junk food and alcohol. So that's gonna be my thing.
Yeah, we kind of, and you in the military, so you can't partake in the other piece, but
Nah, not yet.
we don't really drink like that.
15 more years.
And you know what's weird is when you drink, you can just feel the effects it has on your body the next day.
Yeah.
It's not the same as the other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You good. Especially in your 30s, man. Like, you ain't got time to be drinking and then waking up. Your whole body hurt.
Yeah,
like,
it's not cool.
Why my back hurt from drinking? Like, this ain't normal. Why my legs hurt?
Stomach be feeling weird. You just feel sluggish. One thing I wanted to say though, when you was talking about peace, and we said this on my other show, if y'all like the content, y'all should come check us out. Just Another Podcast. But we talked about peace and harmony, and like people don't realize, like, especially because if you're not single, if you have other people in your life, you need to be around things and people and places that are in harmony with the peace you're trying to create, right? Yeah, you can do it as an individual, but if my girl is not on the same frequency as me as far as trying to keep peace, we're always going to clash. We're always going to bump heads because we're not riding the same wave. We're not on the same vibration. So we talk about that a lot. It's about just being able to find things that are in your same rhythm with the peace you're trying to create.
Is there a way to, like, have like this, is there a filter of some sort for you to find peace in other people? Like, what do you look for? Like, you got to have some kind of criteria.
I don't really think you find peace in other people, right? You're already at peace, and it's kind of like the yin and the yang thing. They fit with what the peace you're trying to create. I don't really think you can find somebody that, like, they can add value to you, but they're not going to be the value. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so for me and Caitlin, we're on the same vibe. When we're vibing and we're in the same pocket, it's hella peaceful, bro. When those frequencies and them wires get crossed is when there's beef. So I'm actively always trying to make sure we're in harmony with each other and figuring out, like, what's that same rhythm. Once we're in rhythm, bro, life can be so good. Yeah, when you really figure out what are those things, like you said, you're identifying the things that bring peace to you. Then you go find people that add to the same things that already bring peace to you. You're not going to go out and find a person that is peace for you. You got to be peace.
I think a lot of women do that.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But I'm not even going to just put it on women. Men do that too. Men think they're going to find a woman that's good. Yeah.
They might got mother issues. That's another story too.
But you think you're going to find a woman that's going to bring peace to you, and that's not true. You have to be at peace and then go find somebody that works in harmony with the peace you're creating.
Yeah.
And once you find that, bro, life just starting to get easier and easier for me as I get older. And we all have bumps in the road. Like, I'm not really walking on water out here, but I'm really starting to find the things that flow with me. And it's a wave.
It's a better life that way.
Facts.
Once you start to find your peace of mind, this year is going to be focused. That's going to be my theme, just peace. The way I carry myself, I shouldn't be a firecracker. I mean, I'm not like that anyways. I'm this real chill guy, believe it or not.
I can't believe you saying you're a firecracker. I'm like, when?
Everything ain't meant to be shown to the world, but
I agree.
But I mean, I just have that personality about myself. I've always been like that. But as I notice, as I'm getting older, it's going down. More of the maturing and then understanding what I'm doing. If I can understand what I'm doing wrong, or for me to even take the accountability to say, hey, I felt like I did something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that's a big man step there. I wear size 12. That's a big step.
Lord.
You know, big step.
The consequences for your actions as you get older and procure more assets.
Yeah, facts.
Different. So then it's like, it make you almost like, let me think about this before I act inappropriately, because I have more to lose now.
This dude stepping on my shoes or calling me out my name or something, is it really me worth
smacked,
fighting him for it?
Not at all.
Because he might got a gun and kill me. Then they, you know, Is it really? So it's always taking that step and say, man, I'm just better than that. I'm better than what I was yesterday. So I'm going to take what I used to do, be 10 times better this year, be calm, find my peace, continue the coping mechanism that I have. The book gonna come out. I want to do a movie, like a documentary of myself.
You should, bro, if that's what you want to do.
I think that'd be pretty dope. So more to come. This is more like an update, and the first of the new year. I need to do more content.
You do?
I suck at it. Travel too much. Always on the go. Always doing something. Thank you again for being there.
Always, bro.
And I look forward to doing more episode with you, man. So the next episode we can't be so deep though. I just gotta be chill. Cause
one more thing before we get up out of here. What is something? So me, like last year, and I put this on my IG. I had a goal of reading about 4 books a quarter. I read 20 books, but then I stopped. I stopped because I hit the goal so fast. Like in the first couple of months, I probably read like 8 books. I was running through them, and now it's like, bro, why you stop feeding your brain? Why you stop going to find new material to keep enhancing, your mental? So I'm making sure this year there is no like quarterly goal. I just know I want to make sure I keep reading. So I'm reading a book right now, $100 Million Offer. That book, Alchemist on the Table. I'm gonna reread that. I think that's a yearly read for all young men.
The Alchemist?
Yes, The Alchemist.
Is it by The Alchemist?
No. It's about read the book, man. It's Paulo Coelho's The Alchemist.
Okay.
Fantastic. If you're talking about figuring out what your purpose is and your journey, your personal journey, that's what the book is about. You need to read it.
So is that one? What is your goal this year? I mean, because you had that kind of goal, but do you necessarily have a goal that you place when the new year come around?
No. I don't believe in resolutions. We're just trying to build on what we did last year. So last year, I was like, all right, I want to read more. I spent a lot of time on YouTube. I spent a lot of time on Instagram. I spent a lot of time consuming all this content. I could take some of that time and listen to an audiobook.
Yeah.
And I knocked him out because I was always on Instagram. So I was replacing a habit. One of the books I read was Atomic Habits. And it says, if you already have a habit, like I did, watching YouTube or whatever the case, when you first get up, replace that with the habit you want. So I did. I started, instead of looking at YouTube first, I started listening to a book first. But I had just ran through the list of books I wanted to read too fast.
You get kind of like, oh, what should I read now? I don't know.
I started reading the Black Holocaust, and it was making me really angry, so I had to stop.
The Black Holocaust? Mm-hmm. I need to read that.
Great book, but I was reading it, listening to it on a plane. I was in first class, an old white man next to me. I was starting to get real angry, bro. I had to turn it off.
What's up there, bro? No, not right now.
But no, as far as me, goals, I mean, obviously we still creating content and we still doing a podcast. So as you see on the board, our next level is creating a community. We're doing reaction videos. We're going to start doing videos outside like Q&As, and then
that's cool.
Things to monetize the brand. So obviously I have more merch coming, but we're gonna do a Patreon, maybe some subscriber stuff on Instagram, and just being more deliberate with the way I create content. Before you got here, I had all these metrics on the board, so I let my team know like where we stand. We have a clip right now that's at 380,000 views. Instagram is hitting about 140,000 monthly.
I saw it
on 3,000 people, bro. So we definitely got something. We just need to keep pushing. A lot of people would quit already. So
yeah, because sometimes I be in that like I got low subscribers.
I got low subscribers.
Yeah, but you're still on a consistent basis where my level is like I don't get disgruntled or disgruntled. What did I say? Disgruntled. I don't get disgruntled or discouraged or upset at it. It's actually the growth was there slightly after that last episode. I think I personally got to give people more of a better quality of an episode. And Chris is still here, y'all. All right, Chris ain't left.
I'm not replacing Chris.
Yeah, Chris is not gone. It's just he just ain't here. So we'll get into doing more episodes again. That might be a goal for us, kind of, because I don't like doing resolutions either.
Me neither. Consistency isn't a goal though; it's a trait. So you wanna have that trait as far as content creation goes, where we're being more consistent, we're being more intentional, we're putting out blah blah blah. You've seen how my show has evolved and changed over the last 3 years, and it just comes from looking at the analytics, figuring out who your audience is. I mean, we wrote a whole mission statement, bro. Just trying to figure out who we wanted to target, and I had a whole meeting with my team. Like, I wrote down on that first whiteboard. I wrote down all the different things. Who are we aiming at? Where are we seeing the analytics like go? What is the algorithm telling us works and doesn't work? Like being really like this a business. I mean, you got to treat it like I know how to make $1, so why am I not applying those same things to my own thing?
Yeah.
And obviously I have been, but I needed my team. Your whole team got to be on that too.
Although it's just me and Chris.
That's still a team.
Still a great team. I can see being more of a challenge if you have more.
Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. Because, yeah, you got different personalities and everybody might not have that same work ethic also or understand. So seeing the small things like the podcast rules, when I seen how y'all podcast, y'all always had like a board full of things that y'all would talk about. But that's pretty healthy. Like some of the things, I done probably messed up all those rules, on multiple episodes. But I probably did some of those today, except the do not get drunk part. But it's healthy to have some kind of work ethic and some rules to go with it.
Some guidelines. Just to create a better show.
Yeah.
Right? I watch way too many podcasts to not know what makes a good one.
Yeah.
So why don't I have rules? And then when I seen like, okay, sometimes we're over talking to each other. Sometimes somebody gets drunk and it's bad. Sometimes somebody's all on their phone. Too many people are off camera, cutting off the people on camera, like all those different things.
Cursing too much, which
isn't good for the algorithm.
I think I said one bad thing up here, which I'm trying. I'm getting better at that.
So, I mean, I don't have like you said, I don't have like, oh my gosh, my New Year's resolution is to, no, my goals are still the same from last year. We're looking to increase them on all the KPIs, all the measurables. We're looking to increase them. My physique, if you were in the gym today, I respect that, but we've been on that.
Yeah. A lot of people out there running, trying to get their memberships and stuff. So, yeah, good for them. Yeah, that's all I got for the rest of the year. I'm gonna be good, killing it, being a better man. That's it. So
being a better man.
Yeah, we all can do that.
For sure. Hopefully that's the goal. And hopefully my goal with my show is to help unite Black families and educate and entertain women about the male perspective, and obviously the same for guys. Really, the whole point of saying women on there is because they're better consumers. They share more, they post more, they interact with your content more. So if you gear the content towards more women, more men will see it naturally, just because.
That's facts.
Because dudes don't share nothing.
The analytics says it all. 99% of the time, women about 23 to about in their 40s are the ones that really listen to our podcast.
Yep. So
why not give them, not saying you got to cater to them, because you don't want to like kiss tail.
No. We're not pandering.
None of that, but you want to be respectful of what you say and do and give them the great quality episodes. So, yeah.
And you can see the difference in the numbers.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the difference in the followers on IG. You can see the difference. I never thought I was going to be having posts where people were sharing it over 1,000 times.
Yeah. I be seeing your clips go viral,
5,000 comments. Yeah, that's crazy. I never thought, after all this work, I never thought me, medium ugly me, saying something on the internet would get, some of the plays it's getting. And it's just like, once you realize who your audience is, you can really turn up. So I'm anxious to see what y'all do with the platform. Like, y'all have something, you're still figuring out. It's in the infant stages. Like, people think the first year you're supposed to blow.
No.
And that's very Fresh and Fit is an anomaly to go from where they started to 1 million subscribers that fast.
Yeah.
It never happens. Even the girl, what's her name? Just Pearly, the white girl that does she does kind of like relationship red pill content. She been doing this for 3 years.
Yeah.
People think you just wake up and you set up some cameras and start talking and people go love you. No, man.
Nah, it's been going on 3 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Literally this month would be 3 years.
Next month for me it'll be 4.
So yeah, it's slow, but it's still moving along. The ship can keep going.
And if you love what you're doing, bro, like that last one me and you did, that was a good deep conversation. People want those. People want to see Black men being real and not everything don't got to be shoot 'em up, bang bang. Everything.
Yeah.
We're not all rappers. We're not all trying to be drug dealers. Like, it's some real dudes out here that got real issues. We talking about therapy. We talking about journaling. We talking about things that's really helping improve our minds.
I like being vulnerable on the camera.
Facts.
Because you're going to see the real side of me. And not like I can't do that in person.
Yeah.
It's just when I want to give some little young me that was in my stage and where I'm at when I was a kid or now to see, okay, I don't got to be like that. I don't got to be always upset. I can look up to him and he's going to be, he's the example. He can be an example of what I want to be like. So I like this feeling, honestly, bro.
Dope. Very dope.
This is therapy right here. This is very therapeutic.
It is.
So, yeah. Appreciate you, man. We'll get into another episode pretty soon.
Tell them to leave some comments in the leave some comments about some stuff you want Sabian to talk about. If you want more information on this book, he keep giving us vague details on the book.
It's coming.
We want a little bit more details on the book.
Yeah.
And just, y'all feed into the content. So if you want something else from him, let him know what else you want, what you want to see, so he can create it for you.
It's coming. The book is coming. The life of the Don, me. Okay. It's coming. Okay. Pause. But appreciate your help, man. Appreciate another good episode. We'll wrap it up and